Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why does it suddenly feel so hard to be me? You're exhausted, but still functioning, overwhelmed, but still showing up, forgetful, emotional, disconnected, and wondering what happened to the version of you that used to handle everything. Meanwhile, everyone keeps saying, maybe it's just stress. But deep down, you know it's way more than that. Because one day your body, brain, and nervous system stop responding the way they used to, and no one prepared us for that. Welcome to the Big Pause Show, a podcast created to have real conversations about the body, mind, and life shifts women experience through perimenopause. I'm Rachel Cali, aka Nurse Cali. I'm a clinical education specialist for the last 25 years, founder, entrepreneur, and creator of FemIQ Wellness Co. But most importantly, I'm a woman who has silently struggled through this phase in my life. And I have witnessed and spoken to other women who have equally struggled through and silently struggled through this phase in their life as well. This show exists because women deserve more than confusion. We deserve conversations that are honest, informed, relatable, because this phase doesn't just affect your hormones. It affects how you think, how you feel, how you function, how you move through your relationships, your work, and your life. And we're finally going to be talking more about it. Now, here's the interesting part. The women who often struggle the most during this phase are the high performers, the women who are used to doing everything, achieving, multitasking, producing, fixing, carrying everyone else, functioning under pressure, and because suddenly their body stops responding the way it used to. And that's really terrifying when your identity has been built around capability. But you know what no one has really told you? Perimenopause will really humble you. You go from I can do everything to if one more person asks me to do one more thing, I may move into the forest and in complete isolation. And honestly, that's not dramatic. That's the nervous system overload. What I've learned is this: women in this phase are not weak, they're overloaded. There's a difference, and the old strategy of pushing harder, sleeping less, doing more, ignoring your body all just stops working. Your body eventually says, no, we're not doing this, not anymore. I think many women mistake this phase as failure when it's actually a forced recalibration. Your body is trying to pull you into a different way of living. Maybe it's a little bit slower, a little more intentional. Maybe it's more regulated. And yes, that sounds beautiful in theory until you have bills to pay and read 47 unread emails. I also think women underestimate how much mental load they carry, not just physical tasks, mental load, the invisible checklist, constantly running in the background. Did I respond to that email and that text? Did I pay that bill? Did I order groceries? Did I book the appointment? Did I send that email? Again, did I remember that thing? Why did I walk into this room? And during this phase, the mental load starts colliding with the nervous system. That's why women suddenly feel overstimulated, emotionally reactive, mentally exhausted, disconnected from themselves, and then guilt enters into all of that chat because women are really good at blaming themselves. Will apologize for absolutely, literally, even having hormones. In this phase, women need more support. They need education. They need language. They need understanding. And most of all, they need permission to stop performing wellness and actually start supporting themselves. I remember sitting in my car one day thinking, why can't I handle the things the way I used to? And that question stayed with me because I think so many women are quietly asking themselves the same exact question, not realizing their body, brain, and nervous system are trying to adapt to a completely different phase of life. So, what actually helps? Not perfection, not another impossible routine from TikTok, not waking up at 4 a.m. to meditate beside a lemon water fountain while journaling your moon cycle. What actually helps is learning how to work with your body instead of fighting it. And for me, that started with three major shifts. The first one was redefining success. Success used to mean productivity, output, achievement, constantly doing more and adding more tasks. Now, I've shifted that thought, and success means protecting my nervous system, having energy, feeling grounded, creating peace in my life. And for me, that is success too. The second thing is listening to my body, not punishing it, not ignoring it, not gaslighting, actually listening to my body, because your body will tell you whispers of what's happening inside, and ignoring that will just add a whole lot more stress, increase your cortisol, and sometimes a lot of women feel defeated if, again, they are doing all the right things that they used to do in their 20s, but it's not working anymore. And a third thing is I've stopped comparing myself. This one is huge. You can't compare your current capacity to the version of you that existed before this phase. You're not behind, you're just adapting. And adaptation requires a different strategy. If there's one thing I want women to take from this today is you're not broken, you're not losing your mind, you're not lazy, you're not falling apart, you're not too emotional. You are moving through a profound transition that deserves support, understanding, and conversation. And maybe this phase isn't asking you to become less than, maybe it's asking you to become more, just more honest, more intentional, more connected to yourself. Because the women I know who are the strongest, they're not the ones that are pretending that they're feeling great. They're actually more in tune with their bodies, and they're able and capable of shifting through this transition and, pivoting to using and doing what works for them. They're the ones who finally stop pretending they're fine, and maybe that's where the healing actually begins. Thank you for coming along this journey with me, for listening. And if this resonates with you, I go much deeper into this in my book, because women deserve more than confusion. We deserve language, we deserve support, and we deserve to understand what's happening to us. This is the Big Paw Show, and I'll see you in the next episode.